Hey everyone, a good day, good way. Hey Marian, LaSalle,
Hey, Russ Johns, how are you?
I am wonderful. I'm here in sunny Arizona, joining the crew
And
and
I'm
having a great
from
time. So where are you today?
sunny Houston.
In Office in America?
Oh, yes, I am in Office in America, which I'm on the 12th floor of a fantastic building overlooking Houston. It's beautiful out today. Sunny skies, no clouds.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
I love the view from that building.
And the weather is perfect outside.
What's the temperature?
Oh, I don't know. When I came in this morning, it was about 67. So I'm sure it's gone up to about 72, 73, something like that.
I got up this morning, it was 77 in Arizona, and it's expected to reach a high of 99. So that's a little too warm for me.
When does it start cooling off in Arizona?
I don't know. Not soon enough, apparently. So it's all good though. It's all good. I'm here helping my parents and working in on my dad's sprinkler system. So and so uh, all of these things, all of these changes in the last couple of weeks or months. We've had a lot of changes. We're still a lot of people recovering from Harvey. All of the things that have taken place in Houston and around the country. Uh, you know, we still have to continue reaching out to people and still, have to do business. And one of the things that we were talking about, Marian, earlier this week was reaching out and staying connected with individuals, right?
Oh, Russ, that is the most important thing that you can do in your business. People connecting with people and connecting and staying connected.
Staying connected. Yeah. And one of the things that we wrote on our last blog, I want to talk about this, is reaching out and staying connected because a lot of people, they get overwhelmed by the amount of things that are taking place and they forget how simple it can be to actually stay connected with individuals and reaching out to people on a simple basis, right? So I wanted to share a couple of ways today and ideas, simple ideas that it takes very little effort to reach out to people and stay connected with individuals.
I think the biggest problem that people have is they don't know what to say, so they don't say anything at all.
Interesting. They don't say anything at all because they don't know what to say.
They don't want to seem spammy and salesy, so what else are they going to say?
Well, here's an idea.
Thank you. I knew you were going to come up with one.
So on Facebook every single day, everybody that is in your feed, you have notifications for people that have birthdays. And you can go in on Facebook and open that up. It's birthdays. It's usually on your main page. It's on your right-hand side, and you can select birthdays, and you can go in and wish people a happy birthday. Right?
Yes.
Okay. So there's absolutely nothing wrong with going in and saying everybody in that list, and it might be two people, it might be 22 people. You don't know how long, depending on your list and how long it is. However, anybody that you're connected to or you're interacting with should be on that list. So if you go in and you just wish them a happy birthday, that's one way that is very simple. And that doesn't take any kind of thought process at all in order to accomplish what to say, right?
So you're just saying happy birthday.
Yeah, I noticed it was your birthday. I wanted to wish you a happy birthday. Enjoy the day. You know, there's no motive there. You're just wishing them a happy day, right? It doesn't require anything. And you stay in touch. And the idea of staying in touch is to nurture that relationship, to make sure that, it's like, okay, I went to high school with a lot of kids and, you move away, you change schools, or you leave the city, you get a job, you get married. And if you don't stay in touch with people, you lose contact with them, right?
Right. That's right.
Okay. So when we lose contact with people, it's no different than in our business. We might have a conversation with somebody in business and say, hey, you had a conversation with me about, possibly doing a website, and then all of a sudden you don't talk to them, you don't follow up, you don't nurture that relationship. And then when they get ready to build that website and then change their website or update their website, all of a sudden, you see them, oh yeah, I had Joe update my website last month. And you're going, what the hell? I do that. Why didn't you call me? It's because you didn't stay in touch. You didn't stay in touch. You didn't nurture that relationship. You didn't keep top of mind. That's why Coca-Cola, that's why everybody spends billions of dollars every year in the end aisles, buying the ads, buying the billboards, doing the radio ads, doing the television ads. They're spending half their revenue on advertisement. And the reason they do that is to make sure that you don't forget who they are. And it's no different in the small business world, right? Another area that I think is really powerful is, and it's been working for me in terms of building relationships, not necessarily converting instant business. I mean, it's not an instant conversion factor. And that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about building relationships, right? Nurturing relationships.
Right.
Is on LinkedIn, because on LinkedIn, people change jobs. They change positions, right? And those notifications go out. If you're connected with somebody on LinkedIn and they change positions or change jobs or have an anniversary or have a birthday, all of that information is on LinkedIn. So you can actually take that and have that information and use that as an opportunity to say, hey, congratulations. Happy birthday, happy anniversary. I hope this is a great time. And that's a really nice way to have people stay connected, stay involved and engaged.
Okay, so what I heard you say today, summing it up, is that you can stay in touch with people on social media by going to Facebook and LinkedIn, wishing them happy birthday, wishing them happy anniversary, wishing them great luck in their new job. And you're not selling at all. You're just staying in touch with them by saying happy whatever it is, or congratulations on whatever, right?
Right.
All right. Well, I'm going to take a side trip here with you and tell you that October is self-promotion month. So this is not the time to promote yourself, right? This is just...
I think I saw that in a newsletter.
That's right. That's right. In our newsletter this week, it's all about self-promotion in October. So, but this is not the time. So right now, what you're teaching us is just how to stay in touch, stay in front of them as a person, not as a business, not as a product, right? You're just staying in touch with them as a person to person, building that relationship. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead.
That's what I'm talking about at this point in time.
Right.
So October is self-promotion month?
It is.
Interesting.
Uh-huh.
So if you were to share something, Marian, because I remember you had some activity last week that was kind of promotional, and you were doing some things at an expo, and some channel was doing something with you. Tell us a little bit about what was going on.
Oh, okay. So in the newsletter that Russ is talking about, if you go to agency258.com, you'll see at the very top, you can sign up for our newsletter. It is fantastic. What we do is we try to bring in, best ways to market yourself, best ways to get marketing ideas that work, right? And so what he's talking about is one of the tips that I'm giving is how to incorporate your business in with other things. So you're not just saying, hey, look at me, buy my stuff. You're including something in it that's in it for them, right? It's all about them.
Right.
So when you're thinking about self-promotion, maybe you might not want to talk about yourself, but you could bring in other people, you could bring in other stories, ideas, things that are going on. So this particular promotion was Channel 2 wanted to highlight I Know Somebody Houston. So they came to Office in America and they did a show right here. They did their Channel 2 news show right here, asking us questions about how we women need connections. So that's how it was formed. I know somebody, and you know somebody, and so needs to know somebody, so we connect them. And so that's what Channel 2 was all about. That particular program is highlighting women and what they need and how they get it. So it was pretty cool. So they got a lot of publicity, not by saying, hey, look at me, look how great I am, but look at all the different things that we can do for people, for women in particular.
Right.
It's a great opportunity. She got a lot of promotions. I mean, she got Channel 2 talking about her.
Right. And it's such a powerful way to be talked about, but not necessarily self-promoting directly, right?
Right.
So isn't it always nice to have somebody else say, hey, Marian's an awesome individual that's doing some great work here, and you are on the board of I Know Somebody Houston. So it's not necessarily, these organizations don't run by themselves. There's individuals in each organization.
It is a working force.
It's a work in progress too, in all of these things in any organization. So that's another tip I want to share with you is if your business or your industry has an activity and you know people in that industry, let's take television. So for instance, if something happens at Channel 2 and you're connected with people at Channel 2, you could always reach out and say, hey, I know this person at Channel 2. Congratulations on this great story. I really love this story. I wanted to say thank you. So, you can actually use things that are twice removed to mention or highlight somebody or have an idea of have something to talk about, right? You don't necessarily have to talk about them. You could say, hey, this happened in the industry and I know you're in the industry. So I wanted to get your thoughts on it, or I wanted to congratulate the industry for doing this. And I know you're in the industry. So thank you. Right?
Yeah.
It's like the Humane Society.
It's all about stories. How can you wrap a story around whatever you're doing or whatever they're doing, right? So it's all about, people love stories. I mean, we started out as kids being read stories. We love it. Yeah. And so just think about what kind of a story can come of this, or what kind of story can you incorporate into this. Yeah. It's all about stories.
Well, and also the subject matter. It's like the Humane Society. How many people could you get talking about dogs or animals or pets if you started talking about pets? You always know that there's going to be somebody that will, be willing to talk to you about that, right? A subject, a mutual subject. So that's a way to stay connected. That's a way to have a conversation about something that you're passionate about. And the point is that if you're bringing these people together and they're part of what you're interested in and they're interested in, the likelihood that you could do business when they need your products or services increase, right?
Right.
So there you go.
There you go.
So what other tips can we use examples can we use to share information with, or start a conversation with, or initiate follow-up? You got any good examples, like some event that you went to last week?
Okay, repeat the question. It was kind of...
Yeah, let me make it crystal clear.
Thank you.
Crystal clear. So there are occasions when you go to an event, like an expo, where people were at the expo. You may not know the people, you may not know what they are interested in. However, that doesn't stop you from following up with individuals that happen to be at the same place at the same time, right? So following up with individuals that were at a location that you met, like an expo, like a small business expo, and you happen to get their card, you don't know the individual, and does that stop you from following up with them?
Absolutely not. So I think what you're getting at is how do we start that conversation without it sounding like a sales pitch? Is that what you mean? Yeah. So what I find is when I go to an expo or I go to a large group meeting or a networking event, or if I'm going to something where I'm meeting a lot of people and I don't have time to really, do a one.
Uh-huh.
And I want to follow up with that group. Like, let's say I'm speaking somewhere or I'm going to an expo or it's a networking event that someone invited me to. I don't really have anything to talk to them about, and I don't want to sound salesy. So what I do is I say, oh, it was so nice connecting with you. Let's take it one step further. Now, not everybody wants to have coffee with everybody. So it may be that you invite them to something else. Like, would you like to have a Zoom video chat with me sometime, or a telephone chat, or would you like to have a cup of coffee, or can I meet you at your next networking? There's a lot of different ways that you can handle the next step. So you want to build that relationship. I'm finding that people do want to connect and that they don't know what to say, so they're not saying anything at all. So that's a great way to take it to the next step. And once you start talking, then you can find some common ground.
Right.
That's totally different than if you're talking to somebody and you want to follow up with somebody that you already know.
True.
I love connecting with people. It's just my thing. I went to the Business Expo last week, as Russ was talking about, and one of the things I found that I love the most, that some people would absolutely hate, is the speed networking. They have a speed networking event going on at the same time in different locations, in the same area though. And I absolutely loved it because I could connect, even though it was 3 minutes with each person.
Right.
I could connect with them face to face, and it was awesome. I loved every minute of it. Now, have any of those people followed up with me? No.
Yeah.
Have I followed up with them today?
Yes.
Yes.
So, first rule of thumb is 99% of success is showing up, right? And that includes the follow-up. Go ahead, follow up with the individuals, follow up with your audience, follow up with the people that you meet, because you don't know who needs what until you have that conversation, right?
You know what I just thought of, Russ, as you were saying that, this really brought up a big point. Almost every business owner has a business Facebook page.
Yeah.
But who takes the time when someone joins your Facebook page, they like it? Whoever takes the time to say, thank you for joining our page.
Yeah, and we're guilty of the same thing.
I know.
And please, we're not saying that this is what we do all the time and we're perfect. We're saying, here's some things that we've noticed along the way that you can do that are real life, actionable items and marketing ideas that work. Because I know when somebody welcomes me to a page, it says, oh, that's pretty cool. That's very cool. And it doesn't happen very often, does it?
No.
Yeah. So, and what do you think that is? I mean, everybody's busy, lots of noise. I mean, I think there's a huge.
They don't know what to say. They don't know what to say other than thanks. They don't know what to say, and that's the biggest problem. What else are they going to say? Thanks for following me. Great.
Well, maybe what we need to do on this next show next week is come up with several things that people say that have triggered our curiosity to stay connected, right? You sent me something a while ago that somebody followed up with you on LinkedIn, and it was really great. It was very soft. It wasn't in your face. It wasn't pressure at all, and it was very well put together. And I think maybe in the next week we can look at those things and maybe share those with on the show. Don't you think, Marian?
That's a really good idea. Also, one of the things that I loved, which I stopped doing because of the flood and a bunch of other stuff happened, you know how that is. I got distracted and never went back to it. But you connected us with a company called Nimble, and they allow you to have templates that you can use, which I thought was really great. So that's what we're talking about here, is maybe coming up with some templates that we could, when someone does like our Facebook page, maybe we could have something pre-written, and we could modify it a little bit.
Several templates.
I'm liking templates.
Yeah. Your connection's dropping off, Marian.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
We can see your profile, but not your picture, not your beautiful face. So
I'm sorry. I can see you just fine.
That's cool. And so that would be a great idea for the next session. Is let's put some templates together, and maybe what we could do is do some follow-up language that we like in our next blog post. I think that would be a really great blog post. I think that would be valuable for a lot of people, don't you?
I do.
So if you haven't read the blog post this week, it's a great post on a couple of items that you can use to stay connected. And so if you want to do that, go check it out and let us know what you think. It's at agency258.com/blog. And also, if you want to sign up for the newsletter, at the top, there's a header there, a hello bar that you can actually sign up for the newsletter. And we'd love to stay connected with you. And if you have ideas, drop them in the memos here. It's really not that difficult to stay connected with people. And because of the noise and the activity and so many distractions going on in the world, that it's something we forget to do. And I think it's the most powerful thing that we can do is nurture those relationships and nurture those connections and make sure that we have an opportunity to understand what people are really all about. Because, you think you know somebody, and I think if you talk to somebody long enough, don't you find, Marian, that when you talk to somebody long enough, you find a common connection almost always?
Almost always.
Yeah, it always happens.
Or you realize,
and it's important.
I put in the sidebar some links. The first one is to the newest blog post. The second one is straight to the website, and the third one is for the newsletter in case they want to see that.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Well, I'm sorry your connection's not up to speed here.
Well, I see us both. I don't know if maybe it's you.
It could be me. I've had a few challenges here in Arizona, and I've upgraded the connection here, and I don't know. Maybe it is me. So we'll have to wait and see on the replays. What else we want to share today, Marian? I know we got a lot of things going on and a lot of activity in the world of marketing. Anything else you want to share?
Well, I think it's important that we stay on this particular subject for quite a while because it is the biggest problem businesses have. I've noticed when I go to expos, when I go to networking events, when I go anywhere, people spend time, money, effort, and much more to do and to be at these locations and to connect with people, and they never follow up. I mean, literally, they never follow up once in a great while, and then they only follow up once, and it's gone.
Yeah.
So I think we all need to work on that. So I think we need to stay here in this lane for quite some time, Russ, and come up with really easy techniques and problem-solving products and services that we can we can help people with.
I totally agree. I totally agree. I think it's a subject that is important, and especially as the world gets busier and everybody's has less and less time, we really need to take a moment and discover how we can actually deepen the relationships, increase and improve the connections and the connectivity. And I really, if we spend some time thinking about it, there's always a way to stay connected, don't you think?
Yes, I do. I think the biggest problem is people don't know what to say, so they don't say anything at all. So we need to work on that. We need to have some templates and things that people can use to start with, at least.
Another thing that I think
great opportunities today, Russ. You gave us some amazing how to stay in touch on LinkedIn and Facebook. Just by doing that, it starts a conversation.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, how many relationships have we built over the years with people that are online that are out there?
Right.
Sam Hurley, who's rated like, he went from a nobody to #1. And you know how he did it? By giving shout outs and sharing other people's information.
Yes.
All day long. He gave everybody a shout out. He followed up with people that responded to his stuff. He mentioned them in comments. He responded and he shared their stuff. I don't think he's actually created a lot of stuff himself by his own admission, yet he's definitely built himself a brand as a result of staying connected with his individual, all of the connections that he has in his network. So hats off to you, Sam. So, and there's Marian's back. So, yeah. What else? We want to make sure that we have, I think this is an important topic, and I think that for the next several weeks, we're going to be talking about this, and maybe for longer, who knows? It's important for me, and I know that, we have a lot of connections that we've lost contact with, we haven't stayed connected with. And one of my goals and my mission statement in my, day-to-day activity is reach out to people that I haven't contacted in a long time and just say hi. I think about people and I don't do anything about it. And I used to be really good, Marian, about just sending a text message. If you're thinking about somebody and you think, oh, that memory triggers somebody, take a moment and just say, hey, I was thinking about you. I want to say hi. A text message. It takes almost no time at all. And it can make the difference in the world. Smiles are free, enjoy the day kind of thing. Anybody that knows me understands what that means.
And that is step one. That will not bring money into your pocket, just doing that. Okay, so we all know that, all right? That is just step one of building the relationship.
Yeah.
Then we have to go into step two, and that's where people fall down. They may reach out one time and then they don't. They leave it there. So we've got to go on further. So this is only step one, people. Today is step one. Stay in touch and do something. Wish them happy birthday, congratulate them, find out what's going on in their lives, and just acknowledge that they're here and they're human and you know them.
Yeah.
That's step one. Okay? So that's what we're going to get good at that, and then we'll move to step two.
I think it's more about relationships than it is about how many people I can connect with. Do you think?
I know it is.
Okay.
I don't connect with just everybody. It has to be a reason for me to connect with them.
Right.
I met them in person, or they're a very good friend of a friend, and they want me to meet them, that type of thing. I don't just take anybody.
Yeah.
You have to mean something to me in order for me to connect with you.
And it's really important that you maintain that relationship and foster that growth. And if they know what you do and they need what you have, who do you think you're going to call?
Not Ghostbusters.
So are there any events that we want to announce this week, Marian? Anything that going on in the world of Agency 258 that we want to share?
Agency 258 58 is a sponsor this week. It's on Thursday. I'd have to have Russ, while I'm talking, pull up the link to that. It's going to be at a co-working space on San Felipe in Houston. So if you're in the area, please come by and see us. Our friend Brian Gogler is putting this event on. He does it once a month. It's for business owners. And so we are a sponsor this week or this month, and we'd love to have you out there. There's food, there's all kinds of great opportunities to meet other business owners. It is by invitation only, so let us know you want to come if you're a business owner, and we'd be happy to get you an invitation. Russ is going to rustle up a link, or you can just call us and we'll get you hooked up.
I'm connecting that right now.
I knew you would. I knew you would. So if you are in the Houston area and you're available Thursday night, it's from 6 to 8. It's at a co-working space off of San Felipe, and it is wonderful. It really is. It's Small Business Networking Connection. Is that true?
Yes, Small Business Networking Connections. So join.
So there's the link.
I will not be there in person. I will be there in spirit. So Marian will be there, and she'll be happy to help you.
Yep.
And if you need anything, I'm always available. Track me down on Twitter, follow me on Facebook, all that kind of good stuff, right?
That's right. Just give us a call. I'm going to put my number in here. We love to talk. We love to connect. And we have so many people in our network that if we can't help you, we know the right person that can. So,
absolutely.
Thanks again for joining us at Marketing Ideas at Work. We are working to get marketing ideas that really, really work, and we want to share it. That's what we love to do, share. So,
awesome.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Enjoy the day. Bye.
Bye.